Get ready to embrace the truth as we bring you the most hard-hitting stories and unveil the real facts. Welcome to Hard Facts.
I am Maryann Okon, and this is Hard Facts, where we separate truth from fiction. We're passionate about the hard-hitting stories that matter. Get ready to challenge your perception and discover the real world. Let's dive deep into the issues that affect our communities, revealing the untold stories and giving you a voice. No sensationalism, no bias, just raw, unadulterated truth. I am committed to delivering news without compromise. Hard facts as we know them, when we know them, and how they affect you. Every Monday through to Friday, 3 to 6 p.m. This will be your most authentic news experience starting now on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Are you tired of all the noise and speculation in the news? On Hard Facts, we cut through the clutter and get straight to the truth.
If only Fubra has been aware of the boo-boo trap, he would have understood in democracy there are bases for everybody to do accordingly.
Join us as we bring you the stories that matter. We go beyond the headlines to uncover the real facts and the core of every story.
We are doing this, we are doing that. At the end of the day, nothing good will come out. What did they promise us? They will be in charge of security and life and whatever. But what are we getting in return?
With in-depth analysis and experts' interviews, Hard Facts delivers the truth that others dare not to reveal. Tune into Hard Facts every weekday, 3 to 6 p.m. and arm yourself with the knowledge you need to navigate today's complex world. Hard Facts, where the truth always prevails.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
Let's talk.
This is Hard Facts.
9 minutes gone past the 3 o'clock hour. It's a very gloomy Tuesday afternoon, if you ask me, but I love the weather. I love it when it rains, actually, and I love it when it rains and then the weather is a bit cool and not too warm. I just love it. It's a weather that you just want to chill. Welcome, this is Hard Facts. This is the nation's #1 talk news and sports radio station. We're broadcasting live from our audiovisual studios right here in Itimi and Crescent, Victoria Island, Lagos. I am Maryann Okon. Well, today from the 3 o'clock hour, we'll start off with the big three stories. That means that these stories are obviously stories you're discussing, making them to trend on social media. The ones that are debuting on our news bulletins right here in the station. And of course, the ones that are making headlines on our national dailies across the country. These are the stories that are going to be discussed today on the Big Three. And most importantly, we're going to move on to Community U Report, where you are the reporter on the 4 o'clock hour, telling us what's happening in your community in and around Lagos. And of course, we try as much as possible to get the authorities' attention to those issues and try to, so far over the years, we've seen government react and respond to some of these queries or complaints that we've made, and we must applaud them. But there are those who are still left unattended, and we'd love to hear from the government on those issues. So yes. As much as we are getting ready for local government elections, this is the time for community reports to, gain momentum. We'd like to have more and more people, especially those who are trying to run for local government elections in Lagos, come on Hard Facts and tell us and the people in those communities what you've done and what you would like to do for them going forward. How about that? And then on the 5 o'clock hour, we'll be joined by a local government chairmanship hopeful who would be with us in the studio to talk about local government elections and some of the the problems that people have been complaining about, and the fact that there's some big men allegedly who are trying to foist their children on political parties. We'll talk about these and more on the 5 o'clock hour. You don't want to miss it. Local government elections are very important because local governments are the governments that are closest to us. Well, welcome to the show. Let's go straight into the Big Three.
Get ready for the most important news of the day. It's time for the Big Three stories on Hard Facts. Tune in to our primetime show for the latest updates and in-depth analysis on the top stories making headlines. From breaking news to in-depth investigations, we bring you the facts you need to know. Join us as we delve into the biggest stories shaping our world today. Tune in to the Big Three every weekday, 3 to 4 p.m. and stay informed with the news that matters the most. Hard Facts, where the truth always comes first.
Millions of listeners trust us on Hard Facts. Whether it's politics, social issues, controversies, and trending stories, you know we're credible and objective.
It's Hard Facts with Maryann Okon on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
All right, we're back. It's still Hard Facts, 99.3 Nigeria Info. I'm Maryann Okon. We're live, facebook.com/Nigeria Info FM. We're also live on YouTube, Nigeria Info FM. You can join the conversation on our WhatsApp, which is 08095975805. You can join the conversation also on X. Use the hashtag Hard Facts, HF. I would like to hear from you. But let's look at the big stories for today before you get into the commentary of it. Let's start with JAMB. Now, we know that there's been a row all through last week into the week. And we saw that dramatic cry by Professor Luke, what's his name now? Ishiakoloyede. I found that cry a bit ridiculous. But what I found most ridiculous were the people who were clapping. What were you clapping for, please? Anyway, the Sun newspaper here says JAMB Southeast Reps caucus demands total cancellation of results. I can see Benjamin Kalu leading the caucus there. So apparently the Southeast caucus of the House of Representatives have demanded the resignation of the Joint Admission and Matriculations Board Registrar, Professor Ishak Oloyede, over alleged institutional failure in the conduct of the 2025 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination, UTME. The caucus, in a statement by its leader, Idu Igariwe, yesterday also demanded a total cancellation of the 2025 UTME nationwide and a new date fixed for its repeat after the ongoing senior secondary school examination, because SSC is about to start, I think, next week, if I'm not mistaken. So the lawmakers, while expressing concern over that all 5 Southeast states were affected in the technical glitches that marred the exams, they also called for the suspension of officials in charge, underline, of JAMB's digital operations and logistics. This is a cause for debate, yeah? Because at first I would have just glossed over it and said, oh, okay, it was a mistake. They've accepted it, and they're going to ask for it. They're going to have a resit. But then they're saying cancellate everything. Is it doable? Do you agree with them? Is this something that you would line up behind? Would this also send a message to JAMB so that this next time they'll know that this is not going to be business as usual? Are you one of those who will say serves them right? Or are you going to say, oh, it's uncalled for? Come on, guys. Let's know your thoughts. All right, let's still stay with the Sun newspaper. This time, let's talk about Labour Party crisis. Now, of course, the Anambra elections are coming up in November, governorship elections. And what's his name? The former CBN governor is going to be running for a second tenure, depending on how well he's worked. Now, I remember that I covered that election sometime into it. Shil Kibale and I were there. I can't remember. Was it 2022? I think so. Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure. Anyway, the Labour Party, because of the ongoing crisis that they have, the Abure faction had conducted primaries that led to the emergence of their gubernatorial nominee. Okay? But because of the infighting within the party, and after that court judgment, there those who were saying that it might affect the local government, the governorship aspirant that came or emerged as a result of a primary that was conducted by the Abure faction. But here's what the Sun newspaper is saying. An INEC publishes Abure faction's nominee for Anambra Guber poll, meaning that INEC recognizes that candidate. But how well will that sit with the Otti, Obi, and Nanadi Usman faction of the party? Now, as the Independent National Electoral Commission has announced, Chief George Mogalu, the Labour Party's governorship candidate for the November 8, 2025 Anambra elections, effectively confirming Julius Abure's leadership as the acknowledged LP national chairman. Remember, last week I had the spokesperson for the Abure State governor speaking on this same issue. I'm still trying to get Mr. Edun here. He is the legal advisor for the Abure faction to talk to us about what this means. But Mogalu, who came from the Abure-led group, won 573 votes to overcome his challenger, John Wosu, who received 19 votes during the party's primary on April 5 at the Fiontel Hotel in Oka. So, where does this leave the other faction? Is there going to be trouble in paradise? And finally, with the Daily Trust newspaper here, Agbakoba, Nigeria's democracy has failed. We must explore new governance models. For those of you who watched that interview yesterday, he was a guest on Channels Television yesterday night. Former president of the Nigerian Bar Association, Mr. Olisa Agbakoba, SAN, has said Nigeria's Western-style democracy has failed to deliver good governance and national unity, insisting it is time for the country to rethink its governance structure and explore alternative systems. I have a clip. I want to play it. I've got two clips of Olisa Agbakoba, and I'd like to play it. And then, of course, we'll open up the phone lines. If you are male, call 0201-277-0993. If you are female, 0201-465-7190. But let's take a listen to Olisa Agbakoba. Then we'll talk which models are we going to explore if he says this that you know what the West has brought to us, you know, called a democracy, is not necessarily working. Take a listen. This video is courtesy of Channels Television. All right. I'm going to start from the beginning so that you can hear it.
Possible. People want to be in government, winner take all, chop chop. Nobody wants to be in the opposition. And that's why we're not growing. So one of my big points is it's time to rethink, reflect, and say, is this Oyibo Western model working? It's not working, and that's my problem.
So he says he calls it Western.
Possible.
He says it's a Western Oyibo. So he says it's not working. But here's what he also says after that. I want you to take a listen, and then, of course, we'll talk. Again, this video is courtesy of Channels Television. Take a listen.
Everybody's happy. The big talk now was 2023. The next big talk is 2027. No one cares to ask, what exactly would we have in 2027? So I want the conversation to start by asking the question, is this thing working for us? My own answer is that the Western model of democracy maybe is working in Europe, but it's certainly not working here. So what is it that we can put on the table that will work? I think that the first thing to do is to recognize that this country is very divided along ethnic, religious, and linguistic lines. So whatever we're going to do will take into account these seismic divisions. That's not happening here. What we see is a very strong centrifugal power center in Abuja, which excludes every other person. You had mentioned that President Tinubu was in Rome for the inauguration of the Pope. Now, if Nigeria can adopt the federalism in the Catholic structure, I'm a Catholic, that would be fantastic. So,
do you agree with Olisa Agbakoba? And if you do, what should we be adopting? The federalism he's talking about, because we claim to have it, but we run literally a unitary government, a unitary system of government, and then we pick and choose when we need to be a federation or not. So can that even work to start with? Is it the system of governance that's the problem, or is it we the people? 0201-277-0993, 0201-465-7190. The ladies only, 0201-465-7190. And please, you got 60 seconds. Go straight to the point. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello, Maryann. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name, sir? Where are you calling from?
Thank you very much. This man is for Nigeria.
Go ahead.
Thank you. Point of correction, please. It's not 2022, it's 2021, the last election in Anambra.
2021. Thank you very much. It's been a while. I can't even remember. Yeah.
So, coming to Oloyede have to go. And I also support the House of Reps that call for total cancellation of the JAMB. Because that cry, I don't think the cry can carry any weight at all. Nobody should come and fool Nigerians here. And when journalists interview people, who are the people that are there clapping? You know, people that go and they went and rent and come and clap for them. Clap over what? Over the cry? And over the person they died at Korodu? So honestly, at times I was like, I told my wife, I said at times Nigerians, I don't think we're serious at all.
Okay. I am serious. I don't know about the other ones you're talking about, but thank you very much for calling. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Hi, Maryann.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Welcome on the show. This is Abure.
Thank you very much. Go ahead.
Maryann, somebody was crying and they were clapping, and then they tell us to forgive and let go. Let go what? Maryann, I also take sides with those calling for the outright cancellation of this result. Whether it was the server, whether it was the card, or whether it was the lag, whatever it is, the patch, whatever it is that have gone wrong, Maryann, you expected the kids in 2 days to come and receipt, and then you went ahead against the parents' wish, against children's wish, even when they said they were not prepared. Some were even having WAEC exams on the third day you stipulated this receipt of exams. Now, they've not all been captured. Some were unavailable to sit for both exams at the same time, and then others will have results. What exactly? How do we even know if this has not started before? Who has been auditing JAMB? Who has been checking their inefficiencies, ineptitude, and gross negligence?
All right.
Maryann, to me, they should cancel this result because it's uncalled for. It's a total symbolic exercise.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Boli. But don't forget, it's not the whole House of House of Representative that's calling for the cancellation. It's the Southeastern caucus. That is the whole block that represents the Southeast on the floor of the House of Representatives, not even the Senate. And they're calling for a total cancellation, and they're asking for the professor to step down. Now, there are people who make that case that in saner climes, because this mistake has happened, so you've got to go, and then make sure that the next guy that sits there will make sure that this kind of thing doesn't replay. Oh, but we don't have any antecedents or precedents that we can tie to. Who has ever stepped down because of some wrongdoing or glitch? Not even the INEC chairman. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Yeah, good evening, Maryann.
Good evening. Hello, Maduka.
Yeah. First of all, let me start by saying that the chairman of JAMB won't go anywhere. If it's going to go, then whoever is chairman of INEC should go, because INEC.
More conversation.
I'm sorry, Maduka, I've got to go on this break.
After this. Did you know?
Did you know?
Did you know?
Did you know?
Did you know? Did you know? Your dose of facts we bet you never knew. Right here on Nigeria Info 99.3.
Did you know? It's illegal to own just one guinea pig in Switzerland. It's considered animal abuse because they're social beings and get lonely.
Another piece of the puzzle now revealed. Keep questioning, keep listening. Only on Nigeria Info 99.3.
And fun for every family!
Join us for the second edition of the Kids FM Festival, happening June 1st, 2025 at Balmoral Convention Center, Lagos, 12 p.m. sharp.
Don't miss the fun! Don't miss the fun! Bring your brothers and sisters, your daddy and mommy, even your uncles and aunties to join this exciting moment! Even your friends aren't left out. It's the Kids FM Festival. Let's make memories that sparkle.
Register now at www.kidsfm.ng. Let the countdown begin. Proudly brought to you by Kids FM, where every kid's a star.
Every day is about winning with one play on Nigeria Info. On Nigeria Info, daily winnings is now over 150,000 naira. Just go to oneplay.ng or dial *347 *880 *3#. Play with as little as 500 naira, and in a few seconds, your ticket is in the draw. The more you play, the better your chances of winning every day on the Morning Crossfire, WhatsApp Lagos, and Game On shows on weekdays and the Football Frenzy shows on weekends. But that's not all. Every Friday, there will be a 500,000 naira jackpot. Playing during the week automatically qualifies you for the weekly jackpot. Your chances of winning are the same whether you play on oneplay.ng or dial *347 *880 *3#. Remember to play responsibly. Not suitable for persons under the age of 18. OnePlay is a registered trademark under Lasho Trading Services Limited, licensed by the Lagos State Lotteries and Gaming Commission.
For 3 great seasons, the fans have fought with passion and fire, their best they brought. The banter was bold, the debates were tight, each word a weapon, each match a fight. But now it's bigger, the stakes much higher, the battle returns and it's full of fire. Fan Battle 4 with Femi and the gang on 99.3 Nigeria Info. The stage is bang. In partnership with Sports Salon, we raise the game with glory, honor, and a shot at fame. Think you've got what it takes to score? Then step right up. It's time for more.
Fan Battle 4 starts Tuesday, June 3rd through July from 7 p.m. weekdays on Nigeria Info.
Fan Battle 4. Let the battle begin.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We are back.
We're back on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
This is Hard Facts on Nigeria Info 99.3 FM. My name is Shegwa Rinze.
99.3 Nigeria Info. The program is still Hard Facts. We're broadcasting live from our audiovisual studios right here in Itimian Crescent, Victoria Island, Lagos. I'm Maryann Okon. We're also live on Facebook.com/Nigeria Info FM. We're live on YouTube, Nigeria Info FM. If you are listening to us from outside of the country, you want to participate and be part of the conversation, you could join us on WhatsApp. Call 08095975805. That's 08095975805. Only for those who are in the diaspora. But then you can also send us a message on WhatsApp if you are listening in Nigeria and you want to be part of the conversation. These are the big 3 stories for today. On the JAMB saga, well, the Southeast Representatives Caucus on the floor of the National Assembly are demanding a total cancellation of the results. They're saying cancel everything. And they're also demanding that the professor steps down. Even after that cry, he didn't get to them. They're like, no, sir, you got to go. But is this a good idea? Do you band behind the Southeast Caucus? Do you think that because this glitch had happened, the resit is not enough, everything needs to go and we start on a clean slate? The professor also has to go with the glitch. Or do you think that, we're doing a bit too much? Let's hear your thoughts. And of course, on the Labour Party crisis, yes, it's still lingering because the man that's been nominated and who's been also, well, I don't know how to put it, but I would just say recognized by INEC as the Labour Party gubernatorial candidate is the one who emerged on the Abure platform. What does it say about the Otti, the Nanadi Usman, and of course the Obi faction? And finally, Agbakoba here speaking about our democracy and what he calls the Western democracy. He says Nigeria's democracy has failed. We must explore new governance models. What are these new models? Because what he was prescribing is something that we've already bastardized, even though we still say we're a federation. But then we pick and choose when. Let's talk. 60 seconds is all you have. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Maryann, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's funny?
I want to appreciate your station for for giving us the voice,
Okay.
to air our own opinion.
Okay.
Those calling for the resignation of Ishak Oloyede should also call for the resignation of the INEC chairman. There are some things that we do at times. We are everybody is saying yes now, but which one has put us in a bigger problem than this one now? I think we were all here when the election took place.
So you don't think that change has to start somewhere? It has to be because we did not do it when it was election time, so we can't do anything now.
We can start at any time. We can as well start at that.
So what's wrong with whatever they're asking for now?
Yeah. So it's just part of those things. It's just by the end of the day, they just hear them and that's just all. They end the story. Because the man is not the one that caused the hitch or whatever they call it, glitch or whatever it calls it. I'm not sure he's the one. As an IT personnel, he's not. He's just
Nobody's saying he's the one, but the buck stops at his table, doesn't it?
Exactly. He is the one. Doesn't mean he's the one.
Yeah. So he shouldn't take the fall for it. Yeah.
Doing the job. He's not doing the job.
So he shouldn't take the fall for it. Yeah.
Instruction to the people doing the job. So when that happens, is the guy swing to action and begin to ask what happened and what led to this. Okay. So he has done his own part. But if you feel you can bring, because now we are talking about letting him go, you don't know who is coming next.
Okay.
Have a nice day.
All right.
Bless you all.
All right. But if he were to step down because of what his people did, meaning that he didn't necessarily have a hands-on approach, and I'm not saying that is the case. I'm just saying if this were to be the case and he's been sent home, will that not send a message to the next guy who's coming so he knows that this is not going to be business as usual? You're not going to be kicking the can down the road again. Or maybe I'm a bit too optimistic. Hello?
Hello?
Turn off your radio, please. Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good afternoon.
You are even calling the female line. Please, don't call the female line. Thank you. Hello?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
It's Manuel, and I'm speaking to you from Ekwe.
Go ahead.
First off, on the issue of Mr. Agbakoba, for people who say our constitution and our system is what is going, I don't think so. It's the people running the system. Bring a fantastic person who has ideas, who has the political will to change this country. Within 2 months, you will see changes, and then everybody will be clapping. With this, the way our politicians have bastardized our system, if you bring a military, because I watched the program yesterday, if you bring a military dictator, who is groomed by these people, he is going to cause a lot of chaos. If you bring a monarchical person, into the system, who is groomed by this crop of politicians, he's going to malign everybody, and so on. So what we need is a driver, the president, the head, who knows what Nigeria needs, and who has the political will, to change the system. And then for JAMB, I am not supporting people who are saying they should resign. Not because of the cry he cried, but because of his track record. Since he has done,
not because of the cry.
Okay. No, not because I don't fall for emotions. I am looking at his track record, and if you say he should resign, and you bring another person, what if that person is groomed, and have the backing of this political district? A lot of money will go down the drain. Nobody will challenge anybody, and then we will then be saying Isha Koloyede, was a savior. So we should look at his track record and see he has done in that agency. Thank you.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much. Blessing is calling us from Victoria Island. Hello, Blessing.
Hello, Blessing. How is work?
Work is great. We can't complain.
Yeah.
On the side of Mr. Agbakoba, what the man said is 100% correct. Man is right. Nigeria democracy is dead and buried under this APC Tinubu government. For the Southeast, demanding for the...
Hello? Oh dear. Blessing. Oh dear, Blessing. Blessing, you have to call us back. Your line is a bit, wonky, so please call me back. Let's take a call on WhatsApp. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hello, my name is Bishop. I'm calling from London.
Hello, Bishop.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Great. I want to talk about the JAMB saga.
Okay.
Yeah, we're talking about the man that is responsible for the JAMB office, but we are not even talking about the ministry, the supervising ministry. At this particular time, the Minister of Education should be issuing statement regarding what has happened. We've not had any.
Well, he did quickly. He did issue I think a communique talking about how the professor quickly waded into. I mean, this was before before JAMB came to apologize that the fault was theirs.
Yeah, I understand that, but the ministry should be fully responsible.
Really?
When we are calling on the head of JAMB, the minister should be the first to go.
Huh?
Because if he was effective, they would have detected this before it even came to limelight. It showed the incompetence of the minister. Okay. It's not just the head of JAMB.
Okay.
The head of JAMB should go. The minister should go first before the head of JAMB.
Okay.
If the minister is not even worried, why are we calling on the head of JAMB to go?
All right. Thank you very much, Bishop, for calling. I do appreciate your thoughts. You can call us if you're calling from outside of the country. You can join the conversation on WhatsApp. It's 08095975 I will go to social media in a bit. Don't forget, we're also live on Facebook and on YouTube. Post your comment on our live stream because I would like to hear from you. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts. Sorry about that. Do call me back if that was you. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts. Can you hear me?
Good afternoon, Mary. Am I hearing me?
Yes. Go ahead.
All right. Good, Zoma on the line.
Hello, Zoma.
Yes, I'm exactly standing by the last speaker. We are calling for the registrar of JAMB to resign. The Minister of Education, Okon. Do you know the cause of all these things? It boils down to employing wrong people at the wrong position. That Minister of Education, did he do education? Did he do IT? Did he do elementary education to know how to handle all these things? When they go and pack things, you see somebody who read religious knowledge, you can put him in the IT department. Now, the problem has come now. They are only calling the registrar. If you watch, this JAMB problem has from onset has been a problem. No year they will take JAMB.
So that what's wrong with overhauling the system and starting with the professor? That would send a message, won't it?
See, you first of all hold the minister before you come to the register because there's somebody.
The minister is a political appointee. They come and go. The professor has been there for a bit. The professor has been there for a bit, so he should know the system through and through.
Because it's a political appointment, you just pack things and just put swap. So I'm causing problem and confusion in this.
I'm just making arguments, so it's not that I support anything. But thank you, Zama, for calling. I need to take other calls. I do appreciate you. We got another call here on WhatsApp. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, I'm Abure. I'm calling from Ireland.
All right, Abiola, go ahead, please.
Maryann, what is the statement issued by the Nigerian Minister of Education that the country or JAMB has been able to remove cheating from exam without conducting any investigation, without any research into how the children feel, without anything? He just came out blatantly and said whatever he wanted to say, and people kept quiet about it, and the country moved forward. And today we are blaming Oloyede without talking about that minister who does not even know his duty.
But you see, I'm gonna make the same argument I made with the last caller.
Yeah.
The minister has not been in the system, so he could just run with whatever information. But Ishak Olukoyede rather has been the JAMB registrar for years. He knows the system more than the guy that was just appointed a few days ago, who's trying to make himself look good in front of his boss. Who should go first?
Maryann, then as a matter of reality, that is when the Minister of Education needs to softly with making comments. He should have waited and asked for investigation why students failed before coming out to tell us that our children failed because the cheating in the examination has been removed.
Who do you expect to know how to reposition an education or a proper system of educating us? A professor or a politician? It's just a simple question, sir. Who should know better? Who should know better?
Okay, the professor. The professor should know better.
Thank you. It's that simple.
Even it's not that simple, because he is the head of educational system. If there is anything that needs to be done with education system of Nigeria today, the professor is not going to be there.
But I am also not holding brief for the I'm not holding brief for the minister. I'm only stating clearly that he's just a bloody politician.
Maryann, let me round up with this. The prof saw his mistake and he has come to apologize. The minister also saw his mistake and he kept quiet. Okay, who do you pick up from that side as well?
Okay.
Our people, we are not putting punishment on bad behavior in our society, and that's why the country continues to go down on daily basis.
Thank you very much for calling.
Tomorrow, Agbakoba will come and tell us that democracy is failing, but democracy is thriving in other countries.
All right, thank you very much for calling. I'm going to let you go, but I'm just going to say this. You're talking about punishing bad deeds, yeah? But then somebody apologizes, so we should just we should forgive him because he apologized. If I hit a person, God forbid, and run away, and then I come back and say I'm so sorry I hit him, are you gonna forgive me, or are you gonna charge me for manslaughter? Yeah. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Yeah, Maryann, is Madoka.
No, Madoka, you can't call us twice. No,
advice. Was advice.
Oh, that's true. Okay. I'm going to give you 60 seconds.
Let me complete my line of thought. I want to put on record that Professor Lloyd sanitized JAMB, started this CBT, and it has run successfully over the years. It's just a challenge he has with a service provider and a set of people, a representative from Southeast, that actually should be submitting their resignation letter, is calling for a public officer that has worked over the years, had just a challenge, and it's a tragedy. They should be resigning, although they should be there, improving on whatever he has done, so that he can go and maybe set up an infrastructure will work, improving, arising from these challenges. He was quite transparent when he called as experts to help him sort out the problem, and they helped him. He didn't hide anything. He was crying, but he was transparent. The guy should stay in there, make improvement, and we'll continue improving. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Would like to hear more of your thoughts. I want to go quickly to WhatsApp. I'll take this WhatsApp call and then I'll read messages, okay? Hello. Welcome to Hard Facts. Hello. I think that this call is hanging, so I'm going to leave you and go to the messages. All right. Apologies if you tried to call me and it didn't get through. Something's happening to WhatsApp, but I'm going to read the messages that are coming in. Tochukwu, I'm so sorry you feel that way. Sorry about that. Drink some water. Someone here says, why are we disturbing ourselves? Nobody will resign or get sacked. This party government. When appointment is done based on ethnic, religious, and political affiliation. If Oluyede resigns, it means Arsenal FC will win Champions League next season. What does that even mean? So again, it's not that I'm taking sides with anybody. I'm just saying, because some people are making the argument that, if Oluyede resigns, INEC boss should resign. If Oluyede resigns, the minister should resign. And I'm saying, well, the minister is a politician. He has no clue. He's just doing whatever he can do to make himself look good in front of his boss. But the professor is a man who knows the system of education. He's an educator. And so the buck stops at his table. That is the argument I will make. So if something happens in the system, he should take the blame. Well, some people are saying, well, he apologized now. He said he was sorry. Let's let it go. That's all well and good. But in some places, they'll say somebody has to go. Somebody has to take the fall for it so that it shows that this cannot happen again. But on the other hand, just like one of the callers said, the guys who are pointing fingers at the professor themselves, are they worthy of being in the office? That's a whole conversation on its own, which I am open to. Because how well have they represented these constituents that they're fighting for? And they're asking for a total cancellation. How about the guys who have studied and passed? Have we thought about what will happen to those people also mentally if they rewrite and fail? I don't think we're ready for that conversation, are we? Anyway, this one here says, Nigeria is a very funny place, and that's why things don't work here. Inefficiency is elevated on the altar of sentiment. Oloyede's resignation should even be more honorable. Chika, depends on what you term as honorable. This one says, I do not agree with the call for stepping down of Oloyede because, but instead the cancellation of the total result. Oh, so you want the total cancellation, but you don't want the man to step down. Okay, great. For Agbakoba's comment, I agree, especially since the APC took over in 2015. Wahala no they finish for this country. It is well with us. Michael from Yaba. Okay. On the issue of JAMB, what happened to those candidates that passed JAMB? That's what I'm asking. For those that passed, what if the exam is rescheduled and they... You literally just, I said it just a few moments ago. The only solution to conduct is to conduct first JAMB in those states that have issues. My children in three number wrote JAMB and passed. I don't want them to sit another exam, please. Reschedule exams for those that failed and leave those that passed. You see, the conversation is never ending. So for those of you who are angry that I'm taking a certain position, it's because it's for the purpose of argument. And I like to argue on both sides. So depending on where you stand and you're arguing with me, I will bring the argument for any side. But if you think that my argument is biased or, in your words, flat or doesn't make sense, I'm sorry you feel that way. Someone here says, who said Professor Oloyede should resign? There is no credible person to replace him in this country. Or you're asking, is there? Adams, Inikoredu, I do not know. So are you implying that in the whole education system across this country, there is no right standing person that will feel he should? Is he going to be there forever? Ha. This one here says, I retook JAMB yesterday and honestly speaking, it was very difficult compared to the previous one. Everyone was just complaining after the exam. Sincerely, I'm not happy with this whole JAMB stuff this year. Rescheduling the exam is not even enough. Oh, this is a student. Someone here says, my name is Terry from Lekki. I'm not moved by the JAMB registrar's tears because Nigerians have been crying since. He should resign. For Lisa, it is a politician that is the problem, where the Tinubu and APC-led federal government is afraid to lose 2027 elections. So now they're dangling the carrot at governors of the opposition party, but they should know that the spirit of air passed them. And he says, God save Nigeria. What's that? Ayo here says, Agbakoba is right. This type of democracy is not working. We have career politicians whose only source of income is politics. We need to evolve a new system tailored to meet our culture and peculiarities. JAMB goofed. I think they need a total overhaul. Ayo, I totally agree with you on that one. But how do we do that without whipping up the sentiment of, oh, it's because it's from here. Oh, it's because the people in this area failed. Oh, because those are the sentiments that are flying around. But how can we look at it more holistically? So we take out those sentiments of religion or tribalism and look at it as a problem, the problem that it is, as opposed to us just saying, oh, it's because it's this person or it's because this person put him there. Come on, guys. Someone says, let's not unnecessarily get excited about these hiccups that happened during the last JAMB. Fact, you are strong when you know your weakness. You are beautiful when you appreciate your flaws, but you are wise when you learn from your mistakes. Professor Oloyede Oloyede, I beg your pardon, should be commended, not condemned. Government should go into the matter and investigate and punish those found culpable in case of sabotage. Babade from Igbobo. I've got 3 minutes on the clock before I go on another break, and it's going to be a very short break, so I can come back and read some more messages. Chris here says, a lady accepting responsibility means he should step down. If he conducted an internal inquiry and people were responsible, they should be sacked. It's either of the above. On Labour Party, I think the factions are under one house of LP, just that they're contesting who's in control. Did Nenadi Usman or Apapa faction conduct any primaries in Anambra? I don't think so. Labour Party should have only Mogalu as Anambra gubernatorial candidate. Only they want each faction recognized as authentic head of the party. Chris, thank you. This one says, I totally agree with Olisa Agbakoba. Nigeria's democracy is a total failure. He said the president of Tinubu's government and APC should bow down. I'm sure that's what you meant to type. In shame and leave their offices. All these politicians that are running running to APC is to go there and be stealing Nigeria's money, nothing else. Blessing from Oshodi. Okay. This one says these appointments are not exactly on merit. Otherwise, there would be a conscious effort to do right. Also, if there were significant punishments for ineptitude from public officials, a lot of things would be right. I do agree with you, sir. This one says, I have just one question. How is it that the southern parts of this country that has good infrastructure had server issues and the northern parts of the country, I totally disagree with you when you sit in your house in Bariga and think that certain parts of the north in this country are backward. I take exceptions to that. Okay? So Ajiri, do not do that, please. This one's from Steve. He says, we need more crying. Please, who will remind INEC chairman Mahmood to and the immediate NMPCL Mele Kiari and petroleum minister, the energy minister, and a host of cabinet members of this government that they should come out and weep the way Professor Ishaq Oloyede did, as we call for either a total cancellation of JAMB or compensation of the marks to all the affected students. The other public officials with similar lapses should accompany their own weeping and apologies with resignation letters, because the sufferings of Nigerians due to their non-performance is becoming too much on Nigerians. And this one says, my take on the offer to... my take is I will support any collaboration or coalition that will rescue Nigeria from this corrupt, wicked regime. Okay, Lawrence, I don't know what you're commenting on because I'm not talking about a coalition today. Someone here says, Maryann, this table you want to shake this afternoon, please wait to make I go market, go buy some fruit and popcorn. Did you say local government aspirants should call in to explain? Yes, now. Yes, they should. They want to run for office. Let them tell us what they've done. The ones who want to go for a rerun and the ones who even entered before. What are they going to do? What have they done in their local communities that they should be known for? That people should say, well, this guy's credible enough to run this local government. And you people also have to call to say, this is what we want. If you don't know them, say you don't know them. Simple. We'll be back after the break. Stay with us.
This is Hard Facts.
More news and information coming up. We'll be back in a moment.
Did you know?
Did you know?
Did you know?
Did you know? Did you know?
Did you know? Your dose of facts we bet you never knew. Right here on Nigeria Info 99.3.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.